A very warm good morning to everyone seated in the class. I am Piyush Kumar from BSc IT first year. So today's my topic is C, for loop in C language. So let's start. Before knowing the for loop in C language, we should know what is loop. Fundamental control of structure that repeats execute of a block of a code. Continuing until the specific condition is no longer. Now we will here learn what is for loop. For loop means it often considered the most popular, most versatile loop in C programming. It is perfectly used when we know how many numbers of time we have to run a single code. Now here is the basic here is the syntax for loop. First we do initialization, then second is condition, third is update. Now here is the flow of execution of how it's works. So first start initializing the variable. The loop variable is declared and the sign is the initialization value, that is 1 is equal to I is equal to 0. Then we check the condition. For the loop condition is execute. If the false, then the loop will execute. If true, the condition will process again to the body. Now execute the loop body. The statement with the curly braces are executed. After the updating, and the fourth is update the variable. The loop variable is modified. Here we use increment, that is I plus plus, or decrement with I minus minus. Then again the repeat. Now here is the basic example to print a number from 1 to 5. Before going on Dev C++, let's dry run this. So here is the dry run process, how it's work. First we will take a number. First the value of I is variable is 1. So the first value is 1. If the value is in the previous code, I have write the value is I is equal to less than equal to 5 and the increment part. So here
program, you have a program.
Yes sir.
Go to the program and do the dry run there. Do the dry run here.
So here the value of I is 1, and I have written that I is greater than I is less than equal to 5. So if we do dry run here, so here is the here is 1 I have written, and it is less than 5. So it will print display 1 here. After that, the loop is less than equal to 5. So the loop again return to the body part, and here we use the increment part, that is I plus plus. Then the second value is 2. Here we again check the value is less than or equal to 5. So 2 is less than equal to 5. So it display on the screen is 2. After that it it will check the value of increment part, that is I plus plus. Then the variable is the value of I is 3. After that it will check the values I is less than equal to 5. Then it will the less than from the 5. So here we write 3. Again the body will the program will go to the body of loop, and again check it's greater than less than 5. Then the I variable is 4. 4 is less than 5. So here is 4. After that the increment part will work, that is I plus, and here is the I's value is 5. It will check I is less than not but equal to 5. So here we write 5. Then the I value will be 6. I will think here 6. The 6 is greater than 5. So loop body will be out from the so the program will out from the loop, and it's this will print. So let's run this program. So here it's work 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now summary key take words. Best known for illustration, the for loop is specified designed for the scenario where you know exactly how many times you need to iterate. There are 3 core components. Remember the structure, initialization, condition, updates. entering the control path and avoid the infinity loop. Thank you. If somebody have any questions, please.
What is three core component?
Give your mic.
What is three core component?
Let me explain.
There is some speaker up there.
So the three core component consider the check value if the value is greater than or equal to what the variable I have put in and what the value of I. Initialization, then update or condition are the three core component of this program.
Speak in sequence. First reference word.
First initialization, then condition, after the update.
That's what his question.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else?
Yes.
Why we should avoid infinity loop?
Let me show first. Sorry. If we go on the program, you are saying why we avoid, because if we do here the increment part, let's do here minus. If so, our program will unstoppable. It will never stop until we to stop this program we have to do Control plus C. So it will from this we will exit from the program.
Your question was why do I avoid repeating loops? So obviously we have to avoid the endless loop may be there if the requirement is such, right? If the requirement is not as such, why we should repeat the loop endlessly? So there might be a situation where we have to repeat the things endlessly. If it is required, then only we can go for the endless loop, or you can say infinite loop, right? So anyway, it is a very good presentation. Thank you very much.